Hello, Ace Inspire family. This is Mr. Andrade coming from the Purple House. I'd like to extend a great, wonderful welcome to all Ace Inspire scholars to this instructional video. And I'd like to, first of all, say how much we miss you and how much we love you. And we know that it's very, very difficult during this time away from school and being at home, stuck at home in whichever way that you are handling this crisis. We want you to know that, again, we miss you, we love you, and we know we're going to see each other very, very soon. And the other thing that I would like to say as your principal is that I am extremely proud of each and every one of you for all of the hard work that you have put in during this time in distance learning. I get reports from your teachers each and every day. I've attended some office hours where I was asked to come in. We've also had a lot of students participate in hiring for next year, hiring teachers for next year for ACE Inspire. So even though we are connecting, it's really, really difficult. But I want you to know that I'm very, very proud of the way each and every student at school, at virtual school, has represented themselves in such a positive way. And so what I am doing right now is making an instructional video on our testing that's going to begin on Tuesday. And I've chosen this background because it is the background for Columbia University. I'm also wearing my Columbia University shirt in honor of my son, John Andrade, who just graduated from Columbia University. So big shout out to John for graduation. And the reason I bring that up is because I know that in 8 years, our 8th graders are going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be graduating from university or college, and your parents and us are going to be very, very proud of you all for that accomplishment. So if you're a 5th grade, I know that seems like a long way away, and even if you're in 8th grade, it seems like a little bit away because it's 4 years away to begin your college education, but it's going to come faster than you think. And so in the spirit of getting you guys both high school and college ready, we have decided to offer final exams for this school year. And so this instructional video is going to be, is geared towards showing students how to log in and begin their test sessions, which again begin on Tuesday. And so what I'm going to do really quickly is share my screen. And the first thing I want to show you guys is the information that was sent out to families. And so this was sent out this week. Your parents should have received this via Parent Square. And what it does is it gives an idea of what the finals week is going to look like and the incentives that are in place for students who complete the exams. And so it's in English and in Spanish, as you can see. And so the main part that I want to highlight here is the incentives, which are 4 big incentives for taking the test, and also the schedule itself. And so this final exam is going to be in ELA or for ELA and for math only. And so you have all week to finish these exams in 2-hour chunks. So as you can see, the ELA tests are going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. each and every day. It's going to be the same test. So you have this huge block of time in order to finish the test. So you have 2 hours each day. It's the same test, and you have like basically 8 hours to complete this test. The math test is going to start being offered from 12 p.m. every day to 2 p.m. every day. And again, the same thing. You have 2 hours on 4 days to finish the test. So you might ask, why are we doing this test, Mr. Andrade? Well, it's a couple of reasons. Number one, it is going to reflect positively on your grade, which is great. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the information from this test to see what you've learned this year, like we always do, but also to be completely honest with everybody in the ACE family. That information is so important so that we can build our academic programs for next year. And so I know that the students are going to be very, very responsible, that you guys are going to just try your best and complete the exams so we can get that information. And so what I've done here is I've made 4 big incentives to kind of motivate you to log on and complete the exam to the best of your ability, and then to submit it. And so those students that submit their exams are going to get these 4 things: extra credit towards your final grade, which is awesome, 50 points to your house, you're going to get entry in a raffle drawing for a gift card, and you're going to get entry to the SBAC completion party when we get back to school in the fall. So when we get back to school, we're going to have this huge celebration, and anybody who submitted a test is going to be part of that party. Now, I know that this is a bit of a bummer for 8th grade because you guys are going to be in high school. However, for 5th, 6th, and 7th, this is a huge opportunity to have a big party and have a lot of fun when we get back to school. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, if you haven't done so already, is start talking to your teachers, continue talking to your teachers about the schedule and their plans for administration. And so the next thing I want to do is go through how you log into the system. So you should have received this email in your Gmail, through your Gmail account. And this email allowed you to get onto this process, or is one of the ways that you got into this process. So good job in signing on to the email. The important thing to understand here is that your SSID number is specific to you. And so the directions say that you need this number and your first name to log on to the system, and that is true. And so I want everybody to be completely clear that this SSID number is your number and your number alone. Do not share this number with anybody. It is your state number. And the reason you got your individual number is because of privacy issues. So make sure that you use this number only to log on to the exam. That's very, very important. So what you do is you go into this Student Mobile Launchpad link, and you click on it. And that takes you to this air assessment page. If you recall, when we do our tests at school, you open up the app to the Airstream Secure. Well, we don't have that anymore. And so what you do is just click on that link, and it takes you straight to this page which they have developed for the online process. And so you click on California, and then you click on California Assessment System, and you click OK. And now it's going to ask you for a few things. Again, it's going to ask you for your first name. So your first name is very important, and it has to be the way it's in PowerSchool. And so make sure that your first name is the same way that it was sent to you on your email, okay? And then you hit your SSID number. And then you do the session ID, which your teachers will have for you on Tuesday and each day following. And so this session ID number is going to be different for each test on each day. And so what I'm going to do right now is stop sharing just so I can type in this information, because I don't want anybody to see that information. I'm going to use a very common name for that. And then I'm going to type in the SSID number that was generated. And then I created a course session ID just for the purposes of this video. And when I type it, again, I can't show this part yet, but when I click on, it should take me to the correct page, and it's going to ask you like it would normally, is this you? And then you click yes, and then I'm going to start sharing my screen again so that you can see what you should be seeing. Once you click in and it says this is you, and then you say yes, you're going to pick the tests that you are being assigned to. It's going to be your grade, and then it's going to be either ELA or math. I'm going to click on this. It's going to have the name and then the ID, and now you're waiting for approval. Your teachers are going to be watching very closely, and they're going to be approving tests just like I'm doing on my other computer. And once the test is approved, you get to start your test. This should be very, very familiar to you. You play, make sure that the sound works, And then if you are a student with an IEP, you're going to click that you heard the accommodations that you get, and then you're going to continue. After you click, I could hear and play the video, and then it says begin tests, and then you start your test. And so those are the instructions for starting your test. Once you're finished with your test, of course, you submit it. I want you to try your best. I know your teachers are encouraging you to try your best on the exam, and so that we can get as honest representation of what you guys have learned. Those 4 incentives are in place. Any questions that you have regarding this process, you can look at the presentation that was given to you for a step-by-step instruction. You can also reach out to your teachers. Your teachers are going to be setting up a Google Hangout 15 minutes prior to each test, each of the days. So if you have problems with that, just get on the Google chat for that session, and you should be good to go. Any questions that your parents have, you can use the information at the top right-hand section of the information sheet to reach out to the office or myself directly via phone, text, email, however they want to get a hold of me. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I know that you guys are going to just kill this exam. I know you guys are going to do your best. I know you guys are going to really show us what you've learned so that we can use that information to make our Inspire Family academic programs that much stronger. All right. So that's it. We miss you again. We love you. Thank you very much for your attention. We'll see you soon.